All right, here we go, the second session. So yesterday we did a very long story of my life sort of a post wherein we put down all the pointers that we could think of that we can use in our introductions. So from a design perspective, we call this like a double diamond approach, which is first you converge and then you diverge. So today is all about diverging. Today's activity is we convert that long intro into 3 to 5 short bullet points in order of priority. And that is what we'll use in the introduction as well, which will be put on your Roc8 portfolio. So without doing anything else, I'll just directly jump into the story section and we'll do some live reviews, and we can then go from there. All right, can you see my screen? Perfect. So let me just start with the last one. All right, see. Okay. So we have Ananya here. I'll just do, or you can also read with me. If someone is already read, then that is okay. But yeah, just read with me and I'll just point out this is standing out, this is not standing out, and we'll try to bring, we'll do some bullet points. So hey everyone, I'm Ananya. I'm from Bangalore. So what context are we thinking? The context is we are pitching our introduction to a hiring manager or a recruiter, um, in the context of hiring for a front-end developer, right? This is the context. Context is putting the introduction on your Roc8 portfolio. So everyone knows you are looking for a front-end job. So I'm from Bangalore. This does not help. So I'm not saying this is good or bad. They're just pointing out कि जो introduction of final डालेंगे उसमें will we keep this or not? So will not keep this. I'm a BBA graduate, doesn't help making the decision. I started my dev journey 1 year ago. So this is a good point. So I'll just write it essay key. I'll just copy paste this. Started dev journey year ago. You can sort of like extrapolate later, but I'm just pointing kya good points hai. Came across coding during the pandemic when looking for new skills to learn. Okay, this is a story, so you can just say this is a good point. Honestly, never thought I would end up coding, get into software development. I had no experience or background. So from a recruiter perspective, if we tell them, hey, we don't have an experience or a background, negative ho ya na ho, but positive to like nahi, right? If they are just making a decision whether to call you for an interview or not, this particular sentence does not help in that. Gave it a try, realized that it's actually really interesting. Would love to learn more. That's where my journey started. Okay. So I'll just pick this one. It's really interesting. And found it really interesting. All right. Found it really interesting. I would love to learn more. All right. From learning what console log is to building applications, it has been a challenging yet fun journey that our watcher is. This is a pretty good line. I'm not sure how we can use this, but this line is pretty good. I'll just copy paste this. In my free time, I love watching. Okay, where did it go? In my free time, I love watching movies and anime. Currently dedicated to finishing Naruto. All right, I'll add this. So this is not related to work per se, but beyond 9 to 5, this is a good point to add. And my hobby is drawing mandala and doodling. So this could be the pointers. Doodling, transitioning from BBA to coding. All right, believing in yourself, coming from non-tech, BBA grad, e-code. All right. So these are the pointers that I have just pointed out. We can make this crisp. We can expand on it. We can add, remove things. But for a starting point, like today's activity is just crisping down your whole introduction into bullet points. I'll just put it here. Let's go to the next one. If you have any questions anytime, just interrupt me before going further. Let me pick the next one. Let's pick Rahul. Part 2. Rahul, is there part 1 somewhere?
Yes, part 1 is somewhere. and
Okay.
it has got too long, so I
Yeah.
need to break
See,
some parts.
उसी में you could have added a comment. Did that not work?
Swapnil, you have to sort it according to the creation. Now it's sorted according to recent activity.
All
It
right.
on the top.
Let's do creation. ठीक है. I'll just go with Mayank. Hey everyone, I'm Mayank from City of Joy, Kolkata. Nice. I'm an engineering dropout, turned digital marketer, turned web developer. So when you say I'm an engineering dropout, just saying this will not help chances, but this is a good story wherein you say I'm a digital marketer turned web developer. I think this is like, even if you just write this, you don't need a lot of other points. This is pretty cool. From topper of the two board example school, first time in college to learning web development, journey was quite interesting. Yeah, I think you can add this as well. Topper of two board exams in school. So basically, you just want to say that, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I um, just give me an interview, right? That is what we want to say. So we're putting a best foot forward. In some sense, we are sort of marketing ourselves. We are just putting all the good things about us there. In school and limited time I spent in college, was the introvert and studies guy, favorite of all teachers, all right. I still drop out of college due to some circumstances, doing self-learning, self-learner since 2019. Where did it go? Yeah. When I drop out of college, started to explore the unconventional path. Lesson 2 ये लड़का बिगड़ गया, इसके साथ कुछ नहीं होगा. That hits me hard, and I was in proper depression for 3 4 months. All right. Process of coming out of it taught me how to find like a kshatriya and how to deal with society. This is something can think of adding. Um, Up to you. I'll leave it up to you if you want to add this or not. But yeah, this is a good coming back fighting story. So yeah. Okay, someone says it's lagging. Is it still lagging? No. All right. Okay. Jan 2020 to April 2022. During this time frame, I've done 2 internships. All right. So let's lead with that. Let's say done 2 internships with different companies, one full-time job as a digital marketer. Okay. Manik, is this internship also in digital marketing?
Yeah, it is in digital marketing.
Got it. Got it. So when you have internships plus full-time job in digital marketing, so full-time takes precedence. If you had an internship in coding versus full-time job in digital marketing, then I would say put internship. But I think this is already like covered here where we say digital marketer. So I think this already works. I have that experience in handling teams. All right. So when you are saying experience in handling teams, can you be more specific? Do you have like how big a team was this?
It was like 4 5 interns, like I was leading them.
Got it. Got it. So what you can do something like digital marketer handled team of how many you said? 6.
Yeah.
All right. So you can do something like this. Digital marketer handled 6 of team of 6 turned web developer. So we like मान के चलो कि nobody has time to read. So how can you give the max amount of information in less time? Because sabka attention span is like less nowadays, especially after all the short content that is there in your TikTok, Instagram reels. So nobody is going to read. मान के चलो कि only first 2 lines, 3 lines will be read. So from a real estate perspective, if they just read this, you don't go anywhere else. I think we're putting the best foot forward. So handling teams, taking ownership of your work, handling work pressure, all right, communicating with celebrity clients. Any particular names that you can point out?
Yeah, I can, but actually the contract was that I cannot reveal the client.
Okay, then let's not. Finally, I took the leap of faith, started learning front end. Since in first sem of college, C language was a favorite. Good at it, love doing code, market has demand, all right. One habit which I think is interesting, all right. I love observing people and their behavior and different situations. So let's just add here. And this habit helps you in my marketing career. Okay, all right. This whole journey of ups and downs, success and failures taught me so many things. I want to summarize learning this. I'm enjoying the journey. Giving my best. I know the day result will come. All right. Cool. All right. So these are the things that I feel you can build upon. I'm not saying this is the final version. Today's homework is to figure out अगर कुछ और भी pointers हैं, so you can figure out these points. Keep the number of items anywhere between 3 to 5. There's no bonus points of keeping it 5, but if you put any point, then that should help them in making that decision. So basically, this is what will go in your Roc8 profile. You can edit it by tonight, but yeah, I think this is what we're going forward. So we'll do a bunch of more reviews. Any questions so far? Am I making sense? Should I go faster, slower? Any?
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I think I haven't mentioned that part, like we have built already 5 projects and also, so we don't have to put that, right? Because they already know that we're coming from Roc8, so
Yeah.
they've already did that.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. So what we're putting here is key, how do you stand out, right? So projects, everyone has same only, right? More or less it's similar. So what is something that that makes you stand out? It's almost like you're sort of just marketing yourself. It's a very meta thing for you especially. All right. Folks, I hope you're making notes, and let's move to the next one. All right. Hi everyone, I am from Faridabad, Haryana, currently pursuing BCA. I've done 2 years of BTech as well. Oh, this is interesting. BTech के बाद like drop करके, are you doing BCA, Abhik? What is the story here?
Yes, I'm doing BC right now. I dropped from BTech after 2 years.
Interesting. So this could be something you can put. I'm not sure how it goes. I'll just read the full thing. So my coding journey started from first year of BTech. All right. Would dream of getting into top product-based companies just by knowing and solving if else and loop questions. Then after 6 months, reality struck as coding became more and more difficult. All right. I left coding in drama club and started doing anchoring in college. I became quite famous in college because of my drama acts. All right. I think this is a good thing you can mention. Ordering is something you can play around with, but I'm just saying what is something that is standing out. I'll just copy this. Hence, my peers pumped me to pursue acting. For next 1 year, I gave few auditions, got rejected, all right, and dropped the idea of becoming an actor. By this time, I was done with my 2 years of BTech, had to drop out because college has some issues. All right. Started working BCA, lockdown hit at the same time. I planned to write a novel. Acha, okay. Okay. This is I don't know, man. This is a very, very weird. I've never met a writer who does not like reading. Like, you are the opposite. You hate reading. Just pretty.
Yeah, I haven't read even my own novel also.
AI ने लिखा है क्या? Like, what is this?
मैंने लिखा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं।
सोचा तो होगा ना उसने।
All right. I plan to write a novel, so I hate reading. Within a year, I do 2 novels. All right. I think you can add this. I wrote 2 novels and published them when I was on Kindle. Novel names Hey Batman, Love Me, all right. Diary in the Basement, all right. Feels like we have a weekend reading sorted. थोड़ा link भी डाल दो, affiliate link डाल दो. Feels very, very like interested in reading at least the first 2 chapters, and like, let's see, thrillers are always exciting. Since I was done with novel writing also and nothing else excited me more, so I once again plan to try my luck in coding, and by God's grace, Everything went well. Past 1 year, I'm into coding. Now I want to develop encourage software development. Went through lots of ups and downs, very career issues. So now I'm glad that I have crystal clear vision about future. All right. Okay, there was one hand which was raised, then it went back down. ऐसा मत करो यार. Yes, Nimish, go for it.
Okay. I thought that I'm disturbing you. Are
Nee, go for it.
I want to know the name of the novel. Hello.
It's Hey Batman,
Right.
Love Me, and
Okay.
a diary in the basement.
I'm a Batman fan, so I mean, just a short intro you can give me so that even I read on this weekend.
Actually, there is no Batman in the novel. Actually, it's an exotic and romantic type novel. I mean,
Okay.
if you have read 50 Shades of Grey, so it's
Okay.
into that kind of
Okay.
genre.
Got it. Thanks.
And
Sorry
second one
for
is
disturbing
yeah,
class.
no problem.
All right. Cool. Let's continue. Okay, let me just share my screen. Scored. Okay, I think for you, I'm not sure even if we want the third bullet point or not. I feel कि 3 होना चाहिए at least. And max should be 5. So think if you can just add one more from something. You can also like go through others and see if you can come up with something. All right, so I'll just say this. Let's move to someone else. Hey everyone, I'm Pratyush. I'm from Bihar. Is the place set to the place of Rishi Vishwanath? All right. Rishi Chokha. All right. Then BTech. Currently working in Accenture, so I think we can start with that. So how or why currently working is important is what it tells us कि you have already cleared interview rounds of some company, and if you have like any experience anywhere, from an interview perspective, most companies don't really have a lot of confidence in their processes, so they usually rely on proxies, and this is something which you can note down as well, which is no, like I said, it's very hard to judge someone in 30 to 60 minutes. So most people use signals. One of the signals is like a good college name. What they just use the heuristic that if someone worked hard for one entrance exam, got into this college, then they will they'll work hard in the company as well. If they had a high CGPA in the college, that means they can follow rules, work according to the work in their company as well. If they have cleared someone else's interview, then again a signal that they have the skills. It's very similar to like why they come to hire from Roc8, because we say, hey, they have cleared our interviews, and whatever they take during their 30-minute, 60-minute, we sort of supplement it by saying, hey, we have also vetted their proof of work. We have also taken interviews at our end, and this is how signaling works. So coming back, yes, Rai, go for it.
It is like if we have previous experience, is it only that is counted, or if you have like gotten some PPO or like rejected the offer?
Yeah,
So shall we-
that also works. Just keep in mind whatever you write, since you're writing very small things, you're not writing like a long paragraph of text. So whatever points you write, it is likely that there will be follow-up questions on that. So just think is the follow-up question ka jo answer you will give, does that help your case or not? In this case, let's say if you had a offer rejected, I'm pretty sure you would have good reasons for that, and I think वो positive में जाएगा. But let's say कुछ ऐसा reason है या कोई ऐसा case है जहाँ पे you think that your answer is not going to really help in making that decision, then you can skip that bullet point.
Like if we like I rejected it because there was like 2 years bond and a lot of money involved. So
Yeah, I think
is it a valid reason?
this is a valid reason, right? मतलब, yeah, मतलब, Perfectly valid reason. No, it is not like you flipped a coin and both you randomly took a decision, right? It was you thought about it. You might have talked to your seniors, friends, family members, right? Yeah, I think this is a valid decision. All right, for us, go for it.
Yeah, so like I wanted to ask that since you mentioned that it is important to mention the experience of any company you're working on, that whether like it should be a development experience or like any kind of experience helps.
So it's like this, right? If you have development experience, then of course that is the highest priority. But if not, then any other experience is also counts, because what it says about you is you have worked professionally somewhere, and there are lots of learnings that you only get while you work in a job. And like a lot of those learnings, like you leave aside the technical aspect of things, but most of the learnings are transferable. So if you have worked in any role at any place, yeah, I think you'll get a preference.
And was one more simple question, like since working in a service-based company, we work in different projects, right? So like while I was working here, so like for short period of time while I was done with React, so there was this project going on. So I worked on React development for 2 months. So like, can I mention that specifically? After the 2 months, like the project got over and I was switched back to cloud.
Yeah, you can mention.
Okay, thanks.
All right. And we'll do a review as well. So you don't need to think much about ki this is help, would this be good or not. Apni taraf se you make it do the exercise by midnight today, and I'll review it, and we'll finalize ki these are the points that you're going to put in your profile. So yeah. All right. Shakil, go for it.
Yeah, hi Swapnil. So in my previous company, I worked with WordPress. So does that count as the web development experience?
No,
right?
it does not count as web developer experience, but it counts as work experience. So it depends on what other pointers do you have. So if you,
Right, because I also wrote custom CSS code when developing the website. So
so you can mention that as a WordPress developer, you have experience you have written custom CSS. So when you say, does it count as web development experience? The answer is no. When you say, does it or should it be added as an introductory bullet point? Definitely yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, Syed, go for it.
Yep. Hi. So, relating to Shakil's question, I have 1 year experience as a front-end developer, but also I've taken up 2 freelance projects which were based on Webflow and Wix. So, would that be something that I should mention along with
what I would say is key. So it's very hard to answer this question without the context of key. What do your other bullet points look like? So what I would say key, like write down all the bullet points, just reply on your post itself, write down all the bullet points, and just end your message with done when you think you're done, and then I'll review it. I'll just see the context with key baki bullet points kya hai uske, right? And uske accordingly I can say ki does this make sense here or not.
All right.
Okay. Harshna asked, do Olympiads and similar tests also count? So I'll give you a mental framework, right? How to think about whether it counts or not, which is, let's say if you are the recruiter and you are getting like 100 resumes in a day and you want to see whether I should interview this person or not. What you're looking for is you're looking for signals. You're looking for signals that say that this person is like maybe hardworking, this person, it is almost like a proof of work, right? There's no set criteria ki ye kar lo, there's no checklist ki these 10 things you must do, but anything that acts as a proof of work. जैसे if you have Olympiad या ऐसा कोई भी test का some result which you can show, that is like a proof of work कि you did something, right? But it's not like you randomly filled answers and वो rank आ गया, right? Whatever came, it came as a result of your hard work, and that is what they're looking for, right? Ki you're not expected to know all the technical things of React. You're expected to know the fundamentals. We'll get to that starting next week. But from a attitude, personality, from a person's, from an individual perspective, they're just looking, can you work hard in a given context? If you're given the context ki ye karna hai, ye kar lo, can you like follow instructions and work hard on a particular topic? So anything that you feel you have worked for, you can include that, right? Well, if you say कि भाई कोई मेले में तुमने कोई random dice roll जीत लिया, वो नहीं चलेगा. But anything that you had to work for, I think you can include. And when in doubt, just add in the bullet point. I'll just go over your list and I'll say कि yeah, ये डालना है नहीं डालना है, ठीक है? Let's continue. Let's do a couple more, and this time we'll wrap up sharp at 7. All right, so we're doing this, right? Kahan the hum? Currently working at Accenture. It just shows कि भाई, hey, you have professional experience, you have cleared their interviews. Very interested in front end, so focusing on getting job. So what I would say is thoda sa elaborate on this. When you say very interested, if you give me a reason, the reason could be, one common reason is that the front end is a very visual medium, as in you write the code, you see it on the browser. That could be one reason. It could be you like designing things. It gives you a feeling of creation. So like, be specific with the reason. If you just say I'm very interested, it is hard to put in this bullet point. If you say this is why front end excites me, you can put it there. My hobbies include listening music, favorite singers are this. I think this is something you can include there. I'm not saying this will go as your first or second point, but towards the end it can go. Playing badminton at college level, I think this definitely goes, because this again is not something that random, right? Well, you had to work towards it. You had to put in effort. I was able to play, like go on trip. लास्ट विजिट नंदी हिल्स, ठीक है, मतलब दिस इज समथिंग, मतलब ये तो तुमने कार उठाई या कैब किया, जो भी है, यू वेंट, मतलब उतना नहीं है, मतलब इसमें इतना एफर्ट नहीं है. इफ यू से समथिंग मोर की यू वेंट टू सम प्लेस बैकपैकिंग या कुछ ऐसा, आई थिंक दैट माइट बी समथिंग. प्ले वीडियो गेम्स, ऑलराइट, ठीक है, आई थिंक इनफ नॉन टेक चीजें हैं, तो वी कैन स्किप दैट. I applied for this, but unfortunately was not able to clear the interview. I think this is a good story which you can use. All right. I don't want to use names in the introduction. Why I don't want to use names is, it's very likely that the person who is reading this introduction, they'll not know what Neo-G Camp is. They'll not know what Cryos Fellowship is. So there's some story here which you can mention some way. I'm just like giving a brief outline of key applied for a boot camp, didn't get in, joined this full stack program where I'm learning. What is the resolution? Didn't get in, continued applying, and learned things in another program. So basically what we want to show from this story, I'm not saying this is the best of phrasing, but the thing that we want to show, and after the call, like other people can also jump into 2-3 posts and do their summary bullet points. The thing that we want to show here is ki we don't give up easily. That is what you want to show. So yeah, all right. I'm working preparing to front-end developer from past 1.7 years. All right. I think this is a very specific number, so I think we can add it somewhere. At the same time, it also feels like they might go deep into like what happened in 1.7 years, like how was the learning progression and all. I would say we can skip this for now. I've built many major projects. All right, become a pilot. Oh man, this is like a very, I don't know what to say. This is, yeah, this is like every other Indian household. So, hugs, man. Cool. Become a pilot. I think intro डाला है नहीं. I think for now, let's see कैसा होता है. We can build a story around this. I want to do bodybuilding for fun. I think we can do something like I do. I want to do, yeah, I do. I want to do the, there can be 100 things. So let's not do future things. Pratyush, is this something you already do?
No, I
Okay.
it's like
Okay. So let's not include anything which is like future, because that is uske mein to like you can add like 100 things. So let's remove that. All right. Okay. So some bullet points. Again, not saying this is the final one. You have till midnight to figure out kya kya dal sakte hain. I think we did like 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have like a good understanding of what we are trying to do? Any questions, any doubts? Do you need more? Like I think now we're getting into the similar flow. Do you have confidence? Can you give it a shot now? Let's do this exercise. Like, does anyone want to summarize things from what we have been doing in the last 20-25 minutes? Just raise your hand. Just share with the group key. What are we looking for? I want to see new faces. Are there more people? I shall go for it.
Yeah, hi.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, I have made some bullet points. So first one was that when did you start your dev journey and how did you like proceed? And the second point was put all good things like market yourself. And third, make it crisp and short as the attention span is small. And company use signals, good college, previous company, previous offer letter, CGPA. Put something in which you have like put some efforts. Okay, and there should be 3 to 5 bullet points and something which like stands out. So these are the bullet points.
All right. Pretty good summary. Who has like? Does anyone, if you have a doubt key, whatever you end up writing won't stand out? Like who has this doubt? Some marketers again. Okay. All right. We have few people. Anyone else? Do they feel key stand out nahi karega introduction? All right. We have some folks. Rahul.
Actually, I don't know how to make my introduction interesting. Whatever I know, I have put it in the introduction, but I don't know how to make it interesting and make it stand out.
Got it. Let's do a quick review. This is you, right?
Yes. Yes.
My name is Rahul, which means conqueror of all miseries. All right. Currently working as a data analyst. So you'll start this. So basically what you are signaling is key you have work experience. You have worked before, and that in itself puts you at a very strong footing. Making a transition. All right. I think we can do it here itself. Currently working as a data analyst and transitioning to front end. Developed my interest towards front end when I started to make a portfolio website of front end. So I think this is something that you can just add it here. What is this? I developed my interest towards front end. I think we can just put the whole line. developed my interest towards front end when I started to make a portfolio for myself. I could visualize whatever I'm making while adding functionality to website, felt like adding soul to it. I think this is like beautifully written. This is what I think it's a matter of कि हाँ मतलब हमको अपना introduction तो it feels like कि there's nothing standing out, but I would say this is a pretty good already. People in the call would be just going FOMOing क्या लिखा है. I know because this is written very well. Just like you need to be more confident. We'll get there. I could visualize adding soul to it. Then I joined EG Camp. All right, this education be so once you add working experience, then education वगैरह you don't need to add. After my post graduation, all right, this is you don't need to add. You don't need to add. You don't need to add. This is good. This will go in your resume, but I think in the script description it will not go. Davis index since 1 year, assisting this, Ikigai, after learning so many tools, Power BI, I've gained. All right. Cool. I think so. This is the starting 2 points for you. Just add one more. You can add something like outside work interest. What do you do outside of work? Skip accordingly. You can write something. And yeah, I think this is like almost good to go. This is like 66% introduction done. So I'm pretty sure. Just answer this question. What do you do outside of work? You will be able to get some pointers, and just add it there, and then I'll review it. All right, Harshna. What's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know how to add brevity. I don't know how to like short it down to 1 point or 2, or like you know, I cannot. Sometimes it gets stuck. Like it's there in my mind, but I can only write things down, but I don't know how to speak it out.
All right. All right. So you are saying कि speaking out में there's a challenge and writing is okay, right?
Writing is okay, but still while writing also I cannot make it crisp.
All right. All right. ठीक है, let's give it a try today. I think you're just sort of under what is the right word here? You're just underestimating yourself. I think you can do this.
Not exposed enough.
What?
You got stuck in between, so I thought you were
Acha. I'm saying I think you're just
searching for a word. I thought you said like not okay.
Got it. I think you're just underestimating yourself. You can do it. Speaking is something we'll practice. So don't worry about speaking the introduction. Today is just about finalizing the bullet points that we want to talk about. Let's just give it a shot. And if you face difficulty, we'll like by tomorrow we'll finalize this introduction. So just give it a shot. I'll take a look anyway at all the introductions. So yeah, let's do a bullet formatting summary, and then I'll see. Let's talk tomorrow.
Okay.
Uday, what's up?
So what I think is in my intro lacks good signals to judge, and there is some arc that I tried and failed and tried again, but there is not a very good signal to.
All right. This is you, right? My name is this. I did 1.5 years of BE. Since then, I'm pursuing this. All right. As to why, because I want to pursue this. All right. So this is a good story. This is something that we can add. I'm not saying this will be the final one or not, but I'm just saying as I read it, this caught my eye. Like this will be my next question. Like if I'm reading your introduction, I'll immediately ask this next. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your video froze for a second.
I was saying कि as I was reading this sort of caught my eye, and if I'm interviewing you, this is where my next question is going to be. So this is something interesting. I'll just note it down. I'm not saying this will be in your final one or not, but I'm just noting in real time, which is something I find interesting. which is why I did only 1.5 years, is because I wanted to do CS or IT, which is a pretty good signal, right? Why it is a good signal is not everyone has the signal, right? Not everyone wants to pursue CS or IT enough that they did what you did, they will do what you did. So this is what I'll call a good signal. It did happen, that is fine, but this is a good point. As to why I chose this, I didn't have the TCM magazine certificates. All right, okay, I think. So this is also a good story, but from a context of moving to the next step, which is getting you to an interview, like this will not help in getting an interview. Only in Open University they allowed this joint BCA course. It has been 4 years for pursuing because of management, pursuing this, tried my hand in DSA. Did some questions starting this. Pandemic hit, plan was thwarted. After the latest downfall, this session. Level 0, level 1, 5 projects. Hobbies are binging through various web novels. All right. So we'll add this. And again, you might think, Array, this is not something that stands out. But I think web novels is something. Ek minute, what is web novels? Is it comic? Is it manga?
Both.
What is web
Yeah,
novel?
so people publish like in weekly basis, people publish new chapters online. So it's a continuous novel that they're writing, posting.
Is it like a fan fiction? What is it like? I'm still
Yeah,
not.
it everything. So fan fictions also are there, and they write fictional fantasy genre, every
Okay.
genre novels.
Okay. Do you realize what just happened? We had a conversation, right? And how was this conversation? Because you had this point in your introduction. Okay. So I think this stands out. Fantasy genre where the protagonist. Okay, ये तो काफी specific. I like it. You can include this as well. This went through the downfall by implementing the teachings. Interesting. Self-discipline. This. All right. I went through the downfall. I think this is something. Can you like elaborate on this? I think there's something more here. What is?
So when I dropped out of engineering and I went to BCA, so my confidence was all-time low, and I thought that what will happen because my career is derailed thoroughly. So I tried many things and did NIMSET, and I didn't qualify for the NIMSET. So it was another downfall. But when I did Neo-G camps, it boosted my confidence, and now I'm here.
Got it. Okay. And were there some specific teachings of Vedanta Stoics that you can point out?
Yeah, that do make efforts on the things that you can control and leave what you cannot control.
Okay. So I want you to add this learning here. And I actually, just before this call, I wrote a post for tomorrow morning. I'm usually doing a daily post on my socials these days. So you'll see the summary is be as specific as possible. As soon as you put 1 or 2 learnings here, I think this introduction becomes a very interesting one. Although you might feel but I would say this becomes a very interesting one. You don't need every point to be interesting. You just need something that speaks to them and they move forward. I also read this. All right. Now you can mention you read books. All right. That's it. Thank you for coming to that down. All right. Cool. Okay. Rahul.
Yeah, actually, I have written in a very different way, kind of storytelling, like from the college days until the day, what I were and what I am doing. I'm not able to figure out the points which stands out.
Can just do like a similar exercise key, just go through it line by line, paragraph by paragraph, just point out what things stand out. Or what you can also do is you can just pick 2-3 people who you do the same thing, so they come to yours and do the same exercise, and based on those pointers you refine, and then maybe in the night or sometime tomorrow early morning or afternoon, I'll also go through that and then we'll finalize. I would say give it a shot. And
yeah, okay.
The good part is you have a lot of things already written. I think you have written 2 parts, right?
Yeah.
तो you have the content set. मतलब I'm more worried about कि जिसने लिखा नहीं है तो उनको दिक्कत होगा. Editing is the easiest part because you can just like remove. I am a very good editor. If someone
Okay.
gives me like a long text, usko I can edit. But yeah, so we'll figure it out. Don't need to worry.
Okay, thanks.
Shubham, what's up?
So, I can see that when you are reviewing everyone stories, someone has made transition from non-coding to coding, or like someone has experience, or someone did internship. So, being as a fresher, what should I mention to stand out?
नहीं, it's not about what you should mention. It's about we already did yesterday's exercise, right? उसमें से what are your bullet pointers?
So, like I did not have any experience, or I did not any do internship. So, from like my what should I mention in my story point?
You have written something, right?
Yes, I have written.
Okay, let's go through that. What I'm saying is it's not a template ki ye likhna hai. It's more about you have written your life story, usme se what things stand out, and it need not be related to job. It is just a signal ki you can work hard. So let me just open this. Is this yours?
Yes.
All right.
So,
As of my experience, the youth of UP Bihar more inclined to government jobs. I think this is a story point, no? Malab, you can just start with this, right? As soon as you say this,
yes.
you can, okay. Let me read more. More inclined to this South Asian soldier, being from a village boy, small town. I had a dream, serve the nation. All right. ठीक है. So I'll just start with this. I'm not saying this is the final phrasing. I'm just pointing out that these are things that clearly stand out to me from your thing, and then we'll polish it. So I also had a dream to get into this of the nation. Okay, try to get into it, but unfortunately not able to do it. Fit into the criteria. Can you like be specific on what was the criteria?
Okay, so like I could not fit in the physical tests what they're expecting.
Any like, can you like go deeper? Like
I did not, my eyesight is not properly what they have their criteria.
Got it. So then you can just add here that did not fit because they had a criteria of this, right?
Okay.
And this is a very clear story ki, hey, you wanted to do this, and there was some obstacle there, and hence you moved. So I think this is a pretty good thing. My age got expired after COVID, no more eligible. I think this is a perfect story. Like I would say this is pretty well written. When you raised your hand when you were talking ki kuch hai nahi, then when I was sharing screen, I was a bit worried at the back of my head कि अरे इसमें क्या होगा, but I think this is pretty well written. You again, since it is you only, so you might feel कि कुछ नहीं है, but I think this is a pretty good story. Then I had two choices, first in government job, second was I think this is again pretty good thing. So यहाँ पे you can add insert why didn't happen, and then second goes, then I had two choices, go this, and then you can say chose IT field. Okay, you've already said that. Chose IT field undoubtedly. Okay, can you elaborate on undoubtedly?
Because I had interest in computer and technology.
अच्छा, my bad, लिखा है तुमने आगे. Okay, like you're a good writer, man. मतलब I don't know how, but yeah, you write very well. Whatever question I have, you are directly answering in your next paragraph. Had interest in computers and technology, started my coding journey. One got to know about this level, this coding. I can say that never learned this much. You can enter with this as well. Key chose IT because of थोड़ा इंग्लिश मतलब स्पेलिंग वगैरह कर लेना सही, बट chose IT because of this, क्या लिखा तुमने, interest in computers and like this is your like peak growth phase, right? You've learned a lot in the last 7 months. I think these are pretty good points. Yeah. So again, just to summarize things for everyone, it's not about ki there's no template for this. And trust me, agar template hota to I would be the first one to give you that. It's not about template, it's about standing out. And that is why we had that exercise before. You write down as much as you can. Even if like you want after this call, if you want ki nahi aur likhna hai, you just write down as much as you can. And then we can figure out, we make a short, crisp bullet points, 3 to 5 out of that. And yeah, just reply with that in your thread. You can just do a like end with a done or something message, which will be a cue for me ki ha, now I can review, and we'll approve that, and then we're done with this exercise. Vaishnavi, go for it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Swapnil, I'm audible.
Yes.
So I'm not from tech background. Even I'm not done any BC or BTech degree, and my coding journey just started a year ago. So how can I elaborate things on in the context of front-end development?
So it's not about in the context of front-end dev, right? Wo to already your proof of work is there, right? If you are randomly applying ki nahi bhai, just I want to interview for front-end dev, it's not random, right? Uska proof of work you're already done. What you just want to say is, what are the talking points? Let's say if you get on an introductory call, what is something that you can talk about like without any preparation? I think those are the things that it does not have to be related to front end only. It could be anything that you feel good about from introduction. Do you have some? Do you think there would be some point?
But some people mention their internship and certificates, but how can I introduce myself?
Okay, let's see yours. This is you, right? All right, Vaishnavi from Gwalior, complete my graduation, DU, BA, honors. Like, is this like, iska kuch, can you share some numbers ki like kitne log get honors out of kitne log? Hey, you're on mute.
So BA honor pol science is a subject in which you can whatever will be the subjects are in the context of political science.
Nee, is it something like like what is honors? Is it something like everyone who does this
It's
gets
a
it?
specific in terms of political science.
Acha, ठीक है. Pol science inspiration came from my grandfather. I think this could be the starting point. Studied pol science, inspiration came from grandfather. Well, you can phrase it. We can phrase the things better, but this is a good talking point. Like I would want to talk more. I would want to know more about this point. Even though I belong to army family, so from there I learned to be disciplined. Highest purpose. I think this is something you can again add. And again, this is not something you're just saying randomly, right? Of course, everyone can say I'm disciplined, but when you say, hey, I'm disciplined because of my background, I think this holds more value. My highest purpose is this, started preparing myself for UPSC. All right, that's why I'm shifting from a science background to arts and started preparing for UPSC, but I dropped because that one question, what I'm not able to clear is somewhere bother me. All right, this is a valid question, but in this context, we'll not put this forward because the context is we want to get an interview. And if you say, ki, hey, I had a doubt, then does not help here. So we'll not include this because I know this is marriage, right? What?
Yes.
This is marriage, right?
Yes.
All right. Is only option left in middle class family, so decide to stable first. I think this is a pretty good story, man. I think this is something we can add this. Actually, we can. This is pretty unique. This is something the interviewer, the recruiter would want to know more, and this is a very conscious decision, right? And understand this from, I think, like whoever is making notes, you can add this as well. Understand that the other person is looking for where you actively decided to do something. That is a signal. You can think for yourself. You can be independent in your work. Let's say if you just do things that you're supposed to do, किसी ने ये कहा, चार लोग ने ये कहा, तुमने ये कर लिया. So if you write things from there, then the recruiter or the hiring manager, they will say, okay, he or she is just a follower. But anywhere where you can show you decided to take some decision, the outcome almost doesn't matter. You just want to show that, hey, you have a backbone, you have thinking power, you can stand up for yourself. I think this is something you can showcase. I'm not saying this will go in a final thing or not, but I would say this is a good talking point. So for now, you can just put it in your bullet points, and then based on the other points, we'll decide ki ye rakhna hai nahi end mein. So all right, this is not what I love to do. I think again, this is a very very this is a very, okay, how do I put it? This is a very real thing. I'll just take a moment to acknowledge this. This is a very real thing wherein as soon as you start making money from doing anything, it takes guts to say that, hey, I don't like doing this. And of course, when you are doing, it's vaisa na ki if you have done this, then for you it is just a binary thing, yes or no. But like I can give you more perspective, like in terms of a larger sample size, larger number of people, this is a pretty rare thing to do, which is you saying ki, hey, I don't really like doing this, and this is why I change things. And how it reflects to a hiring manager is something key. Whenever you work for that company, the company that you're interviewing for, you'll give your 100% because you yourself understand ki if you don't like this, you'll probably look for something else. But if you are working there, you'll work 100%, and you know, like, are you getting that key? You'll only work if you like it, and of course, then you'll care about your work. So I think this is a pretty good quality to have. I'll just add this in this as well. All right, I'll quickly go through the other pointers. Ye ho gaya. This is not what I'll have to do. I've just added this here. Thoda expand you can do. So I dropped this, start coding. One of my friends this. Without delay, I built this. This was the time when brand new journey started. This is the field which I love to be part of. Money is the second reason, yes. Satisfaction, passion comes first. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good thing. I realized that to serve, you don't need to join the army, just serve. Wow. Wow. This is like the ending of a good story. All right. Crazy. This can be a movie plot. Like, I'm not joking. This is pretty cool. Besides this, I start my day with meditation. For this, create my own space called Zen Corner. Love to paint. Like, I think you can have like 10 pointers. I'm not sure how you're going to reduce it to 3 to 5. Like, I can keep going. I think I can see a bunch of other pointers as well. I think your problem is going to be different, wherein you have to shorten this. You don't need experience. You don't need any other thing. वो और होता तो फिर क्या करती तुम? Like, I'm glad कि इतना ही है because this is like too much. I can see 5 more bullet points from that. Yeah, and again, I think from a story perspective, we're just underestimating this. This is a pretty unique story. I've not seen this a lot. Yeah. Can people in the chat also support this? This is a good story. Just type something in the chat. All right, we see a FOMO. We see yes, definitely great story. All right. So just for this is where did she go? Right? I see Vaishnavi. Yeah, just for you to take a screenshot of this. Passion over money. Yeah. Just take a screenshot for this so that whenever you feel कि नहीं कुछ नहीं है बताने को, तो you see कि there's a lot. All right. With that, I'll take just the final question from Prakash because we're already 15 minutes over and all of the team members are here. I don't want to delay this, man. Chalo. Yes, Prakash. What's up?
Yeah. So, is it okay to add volunteer work in the intro?
See, abhi you add, no. I'll review it, no. So don't. Okay. Whatever you think you can add in a bullet point. So now the thing is, yesterday we did like bigger sentences and everything. Today we are making it crisp. So don't worry about whether there are 5 bullet points, 10 bullet points. I'm just saying the end goal is we reach from 3 to 5 bullet points. Okay. Abhi, if you feel ki you have more, just add more. Okay. Cool. All right. What are we supposed to add to end this activity? You can just type like done. Yeah, this should work. Cool. Deadline is I'll keep it midnight. Don't think too much so that I also have time to review before tomorrow's call. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, same time 6 p.m. for the next activity. I would recommend let's do things on time because all bhi cheezein hain. This is just the introduction. We have other things to do as well. As you know, cohort is divided in 2 parts. One is getting an interview, then clearing an interview. So sometime next week, so we also want to get started with the technical things. But before that, let's finalize the portfolio polishing, all that part. Cool. Any final questions before we drop off for today? Don't raise hands at the end. Question hai abhi to raise your hand, then you can lower if koi aur puch leta hai to. Any final questions? We'll go for 10 seconds.
Yes, certainly. I have one question.
Yeah, just like quick. If anyone else has question, raise your hand right now. If you don't have your hand raised before we answer Aryan's, Aryan, you don't need. Chalo, pucho.
Yeah, so I am already a working in company and we work on one project and it's live. So can we add that point as well? So the site is live.
Add that. See, for today's exercise, when in doubt, add. Okay. Don't remove from, like if you're on the fence, add it for now, and then we'll finalize it by tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool. Final call for questions. All right. If you have any doubts, feel free to ping on Discord. Like if it is a public thing, you can just post in the channel itself. If you're not comfortable asking, then you can DM any of the team members or me. And yeah, that is about it. I'll see you tomorrow